every opponent you've ever faced. Skadoosh.
Stand back. I'm gonna kick my butt.
Hey.
Kung Fu Panda 4 premieres Tuesday, January 28th, 9 p.m. on HBO.
I'm going to Ghana to meet Matilda for the first time.
Things might be a little too heavy for her.
I'm gonna meet my boyfriend, but I'm freaking out because I have my ex with me.
90 Day Fiancé Before the 90 Days. Tonight, 8:30 on TLC.
There have always been myths. Tales of fortunes made and others squandered. But now, there is a new breed of alchemists. They're pioneers.
Maybe this is our year.
Daredevils.
I need to go someplace dangerous.
And master craftsmen.
When you find gold, kind of sets your heart sailing.
And don't count out the hustlers.
This is more money than some people make in a lifetime.
Who'll turn grit into gold. Strike It Rich, Summer of Gold, this month on Discovery.
Digicel TV, home of Rugby League. Dial *515# to subscribe.
Hello, this is the Midday News. Thanks for joining us. The Teaching Service Commission, or TSC, hosted a dedication service for NCD teachers yesterday at the Sione Kami Memorial Church in Port Moresby.
Thank you very much. I wish you
over 2,000 NCD teachers of elementary, primary, secondary, and technical schools attended the dedication service yesterday, hosted by the Teaching Service Commission. As a Christian country, the dedication service aims to dedicate the 2025 academic year to the Lord before classes resume on Monday, January 27th. The dedication service was themed Restoration. Emphasizing on the theme, TSC Chairman Samson Wangiomi said the theme means change. It calls for teachers to change the way they have been teaching in 2024 and adopt new teaching practices this year going forward.
Some of us have a culture that is embedded in us. We go to school drunk, or we don't even turn up. Or we go to school late and we take off early. So 2025 is the year of restoration. Let us restore some of our practices.
Wangiomi said teachers play a pivotal role in shaping a country. However, the conduct of teaching and learning in 2024 was very poor, resulting in teachers not attending classes or coming to class on time. Therefore, this year, teachers are encouraged to implement good ethical standards, ensure that they are punctual, and be good role models to their students.
This is our call. Be committed, be punctual. Don't come to the commission or even go into your classrooms with butternut stain, six-pocket trousers. I don't tolerate that. Yeah, Rasta hair about ya. Be a role model.
Wangiomi further called on the ed teachers to lead by example and work collaboratively with their teachers to ensure they achieve good results this year.
Monitor your teachers. Don't be the procurement officer, head teachers, to go out and do the shopping and bring it back. Or be that head teacher who is all the time in the school but is office bound. Go out there and see and hear.
Also present to witness the occasion is number one Super CEO, Paul Seah. Seah emphasized on the importance of savings for life after retirement and encouraged teachers to implement the practice of savings.
People do pass away, and one of the tasks that we do in the super fund is look to who do we pay the money to. It's called nomination of beneficiaries. If you tell us who to pay to and you do things properly, we make sure they get the money.
Meanwhile, NSL and Moniplus held an information session with the teachers after the dedication service. Tracy Pa, TVWAN News.
Turning abroad, unofficial results in the Vanuatu election show another rainbow coalition is likely. Ni Vanuatu went to the polls on January 16 in a snap election triggered by Prime Minister Charlotte Salwai's dissolution of Parliament. While results will not be confirmed for days, counting tallies suggest at least 8 parties will win seats, with none coming close to governing in the majority. One outcome is clear: women will be severely underrepresented in Parliament. Vanuatu is an outlier event in the Pacific, the region that elects fewer women than any other. Only 6 women have been elected to the 52-seat parliament since independence in 1980. Sydney woke up to another anti-Semitic attack this morning, this time the torching of a childcare centre in Maroubra. The building was extensively damaged before firefighters could put out the fire. It prompted the Prime Minister to call a national cabinet meeting to address the wave of anti-Semitic incidents in Australia.
Flames engulf a childcare centre alongside more offensive graffiti in a beachside suburb.
It breaks your heart that we have animals in our city that are prepared to burn down a childcare centre to make this point.
Fire crews rushed to extinguish the blaze on the ground floor of Only About Children Maroubra around 1 a.m. No one was injured, but the centre was severely damaged.
We're shocked and horrified to see the damage that's been occurred. We've been focused on ensuring our team, our families and the children are safe and aware of what's going on.
The centre caters to families of all faiths and backgrounds and is just around the corner from the Maroubra Synagogue and a Jewish primary school. Its external wall features a mural painted by local volunteers as a symbol of inclusion.
The sort of harmony that enriches Australia. This is a place for children and families, and it should never have been denigrated by this despicable and horrifying crime.
The Prime Minister and the Premier visited the scene this morning as members of the local Jewish community woke to the unsettling news.
It's an awful thing to see. It's really awful. I mean, I've seen the other anti-Semitic attacks at other synagogues and it's really horrible.
I definitely feel at unease with another attack, especially so close to a synagogue and a Jewish primary school.
It's the 7th anti-Semitic and anti-Israel attack across Sydney this month. The spate has already prompted a dedicated task force which includes counter-terrorism police.
That strike force will have its resources increased as of today.
After facing increasing pressure from the opposition, the Prime Minister agreed to convene National Cabinet today.
This afternoon we'll hear from the AFP Commissioner, and it will be an opportunity for us to discuss collectively the responses that are being made by state and territory governments and the coordination with the Commonwealth.
A crisis response as a community pleads for an end to the hate.
Undergoing cancer treatment can be an incredibly isolating experience for so many. But one Melbourne initiative is working to change that. The men's shed at Melbourne's Peter MacCallum Cancer Centre has seen an influx of members since it opened 3 years ago, providing cancer patients and their families with vital social connections.
It's a space for people during their darkest times, and contrary to the title, it's not just for men.
So I was diagnosed with stage 3 breast cancer in 2 days before Christmas.
Susie started visiting the Peter Mac Men's Shed after undergoing her mastectomy.
This is actually for a pantry. They're drawers for a pantry.
Members use donated materials to construct items like drawers, cupboards and possum boxes for the community.
You don't even need to be into woodwork, it's just a great space to hang out with like-minded people that have been through similar experiences.
Liz was diagnosed with lung cancer 10 years ago, which spread to her spine before it collapsed in 2020.
My autonomy is gone, me as a person has been taken away.
Her husband Neil visits the shed while she receives treatment at the nearby hospital.
I just enjoyed it. So we're both doing something today together, but in separate little places across the road from each other.
We both, it's like dancing on tables for me, like I used to do, but I can't do the dancing on the table. But it's worked out magical for us.
Wellbeing has also become a key part of patients' care inside the hospital.
They can come out of being a cancer patient just for half an hour between appointments, have a cuppa, sit out in the garden, and people find that really valuable.
There are over 360 sheds across Victoria, and this is the first in a hospital precinct. It's connecting patients and families with a community of like-minded peers. Hammering home an initiative for better mental health.
Back home in sports, Vunamami tribesmen have kicked the first leg of the AGMAC 9 series on a winning note after defeating a more fancied Page Park Cowboys 1 outfit of Rabaul in a thrilling 10 points to 8 grand final showdown played at the newly built Gelegele Sports Association facility on Saturday. Tribesmen also collected 5,000 kina cash, while runner-ups Cowboys settled for 2,500 kina.
The tournament was officially kicked off by AGMAC CEO Stephen Nightingale and witnessed by Guria's new coach Wartho Puara Jr. and Eastern Britain Governor Michael Marum among participating teams and supporters. The three-game series was initially planned to be played across the three districts of Kokopo, Gazelle and Rabaul. However, considering logistical convenience, the two first rounds of the series have been rescheduled for 2 consecutive weekends at the Gelegele Sports Oval, which started last weekend and will continue this Friday and Saturday. The third and final leg of the series will be played at the Queen Elizabeth Park in Rabaul in 2 weeks' time. The tournament started with round-robin matches on Friday, culminating in the playoffs, and finally the big grand final showdown between the two formed teams, Tribesmen and Cowboys, late Saturday afternoon. In the semi-finals playoff, Page Park Cowboys proved too strong for H&A Brumbies 22-10, while VM Tribesmen did well to hold off a strong surge from the HK Rabaul Panthers 12-4. Tribesmen and Cowboys are predominantly Rugby Sevens teams and exhibited some open-style footy with plenty of flair in the attack, coupled with skill, speed and agility to mesmerize their opponents. Both teams scored a try apiece in the opening half for a 6-4 scoreline after Cowboys scored first but missed the conversion. Tribesmen opened their scoring in the second half with an unconverted try to lead 10-4 before Cowboys hit back, but again missed the conversion, with Tribesmen holding on to take victory 10-8 at full time. The tightly contested grand final decider has again generated plenty of interest and set a benchmark for the series to go up another notch in the next 2 series, with more cash incentives up for grabs. Winners of the third leg will walk away with a major cash prize of 10,000 kina to be played on the weekend of January 31 and Feb 1 in Rabaul District at the historic Queen's Park. While overseeing the tournament, Egma Guria's coach Warto Puara Jr. and his coaching staff will be keeping an eye out for potential talents to be included into the Guria's training squad for the 2025 season. This will be announced at the end of the EGMAC 9 series.
The draw for the OFC Under-19 Women's Championship 2025 was unveiled on Tuesday at the OFC Home of Football, Te Kahu Okiwa in Auckland, New Zealand. The holders, New Zealand, and host Tahiti, have been drawn together in Group B alongside New Caledonia and Vanuatu, whilst Fiji, Samoa, Cook Islands, and the winner of the qualifying tournament comprise Group A. The OFC Under-19 Women's Championship 2025 will take place in Tahiti from September 21st to October 4th, with the qualifying tournament being hosted by Tonga from March 7th to 13th. And our news update ends on that note. Do join us at 6 tonight for more news and sports.